My name is Joe Jagelka, and I'm running for position of school board.
One more thing, if you could just hold the microphone closer. They
How's
just
that?
gave me the same.
Okay. As you can see, this is not one of my fortes. For the past 8 years, I've lived in Buckingham with my wife and 2 kids. Both go to attend schools here in Central Bucks. One's at Hollycong, one's at Central Bucks East. I'm not a career politician. This is my first foray into any type of public office, so this is new territory for me. I decided to run for this position because, like a lot of people here, I got fed up with the system. I got fed up with what's going on out there, and I decided enough's enough, and it's time to get involved and try to make a mark and do something to improve our society. What's interesting about this year's election is that there's 6 seats that are open. And it's a big opportunity for the voters to really make a significant change in how this board is going to operate in the future. And I think I'm the right person to do that because of my background, my experience, and the fact that I've got a lot at stake in the community. My background is in sales and marketing operations. I've been able to handle some big deals, very complex, negotiate contracts, dealing with a lot of diverse personalities and divergent needs in business dealings, so I understand how to do that and how to pull some different people together. I think I bring an energy and a sense of integrity to the board. I'm very interested in working with the community, working with my neighbors and friends, and talking to them about what their concerns are. Most people that I've talked to, and I've talked to a lot of people over the past couple weeks, are frustrated about the board. They don't understand what it is we do. They read some things in the paper, they see what goes on online, but they don't get a real sense as to how much of their money, 90% of their taxes that they're paying, are going to fund the schools. When you give them that kind of perspective and let them know that they have a voice in this, they have a say, they need to communicate, and that the 9 members of the board are only there to serve them and represent them in the best capacity that they can. But if they're not involved, they're not communicating, the board's going to do what the board's got to do, whether you have a say in it or not. So your best opportunity is get involved and say something. There are tons of people that I've talked to that have great ideas about how to fix things, but they're not coming forward and talking. So we've got to figure out ways of bringing them into the fold, engaging them. There's technology out there that we don't have to rely on traditional media to get them to get involved. I think we need to expand the realm of how we communicate, or how the board communicates to the public, to get them engaged in it, because we have a big stake in it. I mean, it's a big number that we're all facing. Every year we're paying our property tax. I think nowadays the problem we have is significant. It's not going to go away anytime soon, so we've got to rein in expenses. It's going to mean some serious cuts that have to be made, but at the end of the day, we've got to protect what makes CB special. It's why we all moved here. The schools are spectacular. The community is awesome. The school district is the anchor to that, and we've got to protect the school district because in the long run, people want to come here and they'll spend the money for the houses that they have to spend to live here to go to those schools. So we've got to protect the district. But we don't need to do that and bankrupt and drive out seniors and the middle class. We've got to find ways of protecting them. If it means cutting programs, we cut them. If it means changing transportation, we do it. It's got to be done, but ultimately the dollars have to go back to where it's most critical, in the classroom, engaging students. And my family, I think, is pretty typical of most. My daughter is the go-getter. She loves school. She's up till midnight doing her homework. Maybe, I think Facebook may have a little part in that too, but I know certainly she's got her books open at least. My son, if it was not for the golf program and the leverage that I can put over on him to get his homework done, to stay engaged in school, it'd be a challenge. So school just doesn't mean students studying science and math. It means all the things that go along with it. So you got to have a place for those types of programs to fit in there as well. How you fund them, I mean, it's something we all have to talk about and look at, but it's a critical part of the education process and something that we really need to make sure is included in that. Other things, I don't know. I look at some of the programs that we offer nowadays, the fact that our school lunch program has expanded now to a breakfast program. My first reaction to that is, isn't that really what a kid should be eating at home? I mean, I don't know. If it's a revenue generator for the district, that's one thing, but if we're paying money now to subsidize that, in addition to a lunch program, I kind of shrug my shoulders at that, and I don't really understand whether that's something we really should be doing. But these are the questions that I think, with my business background and being new to the board, is something that I think I'm going to be able to offer as a new perspective. Just to ask the questions that maybe been asked in the past, but need to be asked again. So on that note, I guess I have my 30 seconds. Hopefully, we'll see you out there in the polls next Tuesday, which I can't believe is less than a week away. Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you, Joe.
Got away easy.